Perhaps because I have lived my life between the sexes and never developed an exaggerated mythology about either, I have not felt inclined to radically alter my behavior towards men and women simply because they behave differently from the way they once did or their parents did. As my attitude towards women is based on the recognition that they are an apposite sex of fellow human beings, not an opposite sex of incomprehensible creatures, my manners have not slipped into a slough of male despond. If you partake, consciously, of the nature of both sexes, then you may develop a romantic attitude rather than merely a sexual attitude. That is, you will treat both men and women as people rather than as things, and offer to both sexes your most thoughtful and gallant behavior. I regard women as not necessarily frailer than myself. That's hardly possible, especially at my age, but more precious and valuable. So if I were to hold my umbrella over a woman to keep her dry rather than myself, it would be because she was more worth keeping dry than I am. In my romantic view, she may be a princess, or the richest woman in the world, but she can never be more than a lady. There is a sense in which I always try to treat women as though they had to be looked after. When I am with men, I have the romantic view that they will look after me. Indeed, only a few days ago, a radio interviewer said that when he had walked through the streets with me at dawn to get a taxi to go to our interview, he had felt responsible for me. I now almost automatically present myself to men as someone who is helpless, hopeless, and must at any moment be cosseted, protected, or merely guided and advised. While my attitude towards men is different from my attitude towards women, it is equally romantic, and in both cases I fancy it has the aim, and often the effect, of bringing out the best in people, even in the worst of people. The point at which I first realized how important manners can be is superbly depicted in the television play based on The Naked Civil Servant starring John Hurt. There's a moment when I'm fairly badly beaten by several young men in the streets of London. I lean against a wall covered with blood, and I say, "I seem to have offended you, gentlemen, in some way." That actually stopped them. It made the whole situation so ludicrous that they laughed. Genuine laughter, not merely mocking laughter. I literally saved my life with good manners. There have been several occasions since when people have rung me up and threatened to kill me, and I have said, "Would you like an appointment? Let me see when I can fit you in." Thus, I show that I've heard what they said and responded politely, but I've also shown that I don't really believe them. Now, one day, I may be wrong. They may keep the appointment, and they may kill me, but that would easily be worth it because at my age, death is much less worrying than taxes. In situations such as these, where manners mask your fear or actually overcome your fear, or in less trying situations where manners are called upon to mask your fatigue with people, then I would say that they triumph. They become a uniquely civilized, non-violent tool for dealing with a wide range of intrusions. Good manners won't cure illness nor remedy poverty, but they are the only way of coping with most social problems and solving some of them.